Okay, so it stopped raining for about 5 minutes. Hopefully this holds throughout today's ride, because today, this is my official comprehensive buying guide of the best or my favorite mid-drive electric bikes in the market as of mid-2023. I'm covering a variety of price points, different styles of bikes, but of course they're all classified as mid-drives. Oh, what is this? He's new to the game, I can tell. Doesn't have a helmet on. And really quickly, before jumping into the main contents of today's video, I recently tried out a new segment called Product Highlight, where I just show you guys a cool product that I discovered off of Amazon. And if you guys buy through my link, it's a good way to support the channel because most of my videos are not sponsored. And it went kind of well, so I want to do it again in this video. So in the first segment, I showed you guys my taillight slash 2-in-1 security system. So it's a taillight, and it's also a good bike alarm. It's a motion sensor, so if I do this, it is very sensitive. I also forgot to mention in my last video that this charges via USB Type-C, which is very crucial to me. So I'll leave an affiliate link for that down below. And I also want to add this phone mount. I've been using this for about a year now. This is the clamping mechanism. It has rubber all on the inside, and it's completely bulletproof. Never dropped my phone once or had any kind of issue with it. It is the best seller on Amazon. I think there is a slightly better updated version, so I'll leave this product also linked down below. If you buy it through my link, it helps to support what I do here. Okay, but back to today's regularly scheduled content. First thing I have to say, when I began researching this topic of the best mid-drive e-bikes, I quickly discovered two main groups of bikes. The first group is the, I guess you can say, traditional e-bike, right? They come in many different shapes and sizes. They're marketed at a wide group of people. Some have fat tires or aimed at comfort, others bigger batteries. This is where you're going to find names like Super 73 and other recognizable e-bike companies. But in the mid-drive world, there's another prominent group of electric mountain bikes. And these, first and foremost, are mountain bikes. So this means they have name brand components like Shimano drivetrains, and weight is a big factor when it comes to mountain bikes. So it's designed to be as lightweight as possible, and the power is there to assist you so you can ride trails for longer. It's not made to be like a motorcycle. So these are great if you specifically want to do mountain bike stuff, but for the average person, they're not a great deal at all, because they usually cost like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, and the motor is like 250 watts. So it's not a good value. It's a good mountain bike, but it's not a good e-bike. So that's why, for the purposes of this video, we're not going to be focusing on very expensive niche mountain bikes, even if they do have cool features and great suspension. So the first actual bike on this list, I'm going to begin with the most practical and the one that you probably should buy, if you're being honest with yourself. And this is the Electric X Premium. This is one of the larger e-bike brands. They specialize in this folding frame design. I think all of their bikes are this folding design. The company has a reputation for having extremely affordable bikes. Their base model bike that has a hub motor is like $800, so extremely affordable machines. And the X Premium model, as you can tell by the name, is one of their higher end offerings, but even so, it's only $1,600. Still pretty affordable in the world of mid-drive e-bikes. So when it comes to the Electric X Premium, this mid-drive motor has a peak power of 800 watts. Nothing extreme. I think the nominal power is 500 watts. But you have to keep in mind that when it comes to these mid-drive systems, because they take advantage of the gears of the bike, they tend to have better performance than a hub motor when you actively try to, maintain the most efficient gear. And the battery being employed here is actually twofold. They have two 48-volt batteries that together have a capacity of, I think, just over 20 amp hours. So that's the Electric X Premium, super practical bike. That's what this company is all about. Some other features I like about it is the 20x4-inch wide fat tires and the hydraulic disc brakes. I always like to see hydraulic disc brakes whenever we have motorized devices. Okay, the next bike I have for you guys is very unique, but I do have to damper your expectations because it's not for sale quite yet. It's on Indiegogo, and it's targeted to be out in summer of 2023, so it's not too far away if they're able to meet that target. Now, I have talked about this bike before on the channel because of how unique it is. So there's a ton of different variants, but in its best, most souped up variant, this thing has three 52-volt batteries and a powerful mid-drive motor on a full suspension bike frame with fat tires. It's essentially my dream configuration. But there's also going to be a variant of this bike that has dual hub motors, both being 750 watts, and then a budget version that's just one rear hub motor, 750 watts. So there's a ton of optionality associated with this bike. Same thing goes with the battery. You can go up to 3 batteries, but by stock, it's a 1 battery system. But it's always going to be 52 volts. Now on the Indiegogo, they advertise the base price, the cheapest price, being $1,500. So that's got to be for the single hub motor, single battery version. And as of right now, I have no idea how much the mid-drive tri-battery configuration is going to cost. But considering the tri-battery configuration has a combined amp hour capacity of 63, 63 amp hours at 52 volts, and a mid-drive motor, full suspension, fat tire bike, if it's less than $3,200, I think this bike would be a complete steal. Okay, it's officially beginning to rain again, so I think I'm going to skip my third bike I was going to tell you guys about because, to be honest, I'm not that enthusiastic about it. It's the Prodigy by Ride One Up. I love this company. They make very high quality products. You guys are probably familiar with the Rev 1 they just released. The Prodigy is their mid-drive offering, but to be honest, it's kind of underpowered. It's 250 watts, a small 36 volt battery, no suspension, and it's like $2,300. So I guess for the right person, it's a good bike. You know, if you want to do a lot of road riding and you just want a little bit of extra assist, it could be a good choice for you. It's also a good looking bike. And that leaves us with the Hemingway Cobra Pro. I saved the best for last. We're talking a $4,000 e-bike here, but I mean, look how tough this thing looks. This is essentially one of those overpriced mountain bikes I was talking about in the beginning of this video, although it is skewed towards a general market rather than hardcore mountain bikers. I mean, for example, this bike has extra fat tires in them. They're actually 4.8 inches wide, and no hardcore mountain biker is going to want that. But for the average rider, I love fat tires. They give you extra traction as well as more comfort. Along with the fat tires, we do have a full suspension mountain bike that appears to have long travel suspension. So when you combine that with the extra fat tires, this is probably a super comfortable bike to ride. The motor here is that familiar 1000 watt Bafang mid-drive option, very high quality, and it's powered by a 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery. I think that's pretty okay for the price and considering what you get with the overall package. Yeah, so those are my official recommendations on a variety of what I think are high quality, unique mid-drive e-bike offerings so far in 2023. And before signing off for the video, I do have to mention the explosion of electric dirt bikes. These are technically mid-drive PEVs. They're not true bikes because they have pegs instead of pedals, but lots of people ride them as bikes. They have a similar kind of footprint, and in a lot of cases, even the price point is similar between these electric dirt bikes and high-end mid-drive e-bikes. In this category, of course, we have very recognizable names like the Suron, the Teleria. The new Teleria Sting R is a pretty compelling package, along with a bunch of newcomers like the Raw Mantis, the Solar Eclipse that was just announced a couple of days ago. And in my opinion, if you're looking to buy a high-powered mid-drive e-bike, you should at least be aware of these electric dirt bikes so you can make the proper buying decision. So with that said, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm officially getting soaked here. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.